Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name's Josh. Thanks for joining me. Today we're talking about Hey Hair and What's Her Face. The Beeston sisters decided to start a podcast. And yes, it's going to be bad. And yes, we're going to snark on it. And yes, they're dumb. So, let's talk about it. So the Beeston sisters are dumb, and one of them, Hey Hair or What's Her Hoodly Do, is married to one guy. A couple of girls have incredibly come forward. A couple of girls have come forward on Reddit, and so forth, and reached out to me privately as well about being in the DMs, and he's doing some inappropriate stuff, and so that stuff's coming down the pike. I'm just waiting to get it all done. And so in lieu of all that, in light of all that, the girls decided to start their own podcast, which is going to be complete trash. Sarah and Lo Beeston. And this video has 218,000 views on it. They have 20,000 subscribers already. Just crazy. Who wants to listen to this trash? Also, if you look at this picture, the quality is terrible already. Why do you have a mic stand that big? You don't need this. Like, these people have no idea. You know what pissed me off? Is that they all have these huge platforms. They all made tons of money on it, and yet they buy the most weirdest stuff. Like this mic, of course, is the best mic. They have that. That's the SM7B. Everybody's got it. If you're going to podcast, you need this mic. It's the standard in broadcast. It's really good. But you don't need this mic stand made for a Canon. Okay? You don't need any of this stuff. And it pissed me off because they don't know what they're doing. They don't even wrap the cables around the post properly. It's stupid and I hate it. Anyway, let's make fun of this dumb podcast. How long is this? An hour. Dang it.
I was like, they totally love her more than me. I thought you were too cool for me.
Could you have put a brush through it or anything, Hey Hair? Or is the one on the left Hey Hair? They're both right now. They need to put humidifiers in their house.
Our in-laws suggest...
What are these shoes? Tyson, zoom in on those shoes. What are these? Why do you look like a clown? What are these shoes and why are we doing this? What is society right now? Can we not? Those of you out there wearing these, stop wearing them. Don't do this. You absolutely look like a clown. Clown!
Did a double wedding. She must have noticed my attention fade. She reached out. You're not gonna know it.
Why are you filming this with a literal potato? Why are you using a potato to film this? I know you guys have cameras.
Coming next.
Hi. Hey. It's Sarah and Lo Beeston, your Fairly Odd sister.
Oh, here we go. What's up, dude? Yeah. What is her name? What's it short for? Laura? She Laura? Luann? Lobotomy? What's her name?
Are we on? We're on. We're recording.
You know what's not on? Your light! Your light's way off! You know why? Because you're not using any light. Right? You're just blowing up the ISO in your camera because you're in probably a very terribly lit room. This looks like straight hot garbage already and I hate it. 0 out of 10 already. Because you know what? I get it. You want to start, everyone starts podcasts. Podcasts make people lots of money. You invest in the microphones. You invest in a mic stand. You invest in all these things. And yet you can't invest in a light? Just a couple of lights?
I mean, Sarah. This is it.
If you're going to put the cables on there, even on the mic stands, these little clips that go around, you put your cable through and the clip clips back on and keeps the mic line straight. Okay? This is so bad already. And they're just going to laugh at jokes that nobody knows what they're talking about. They're just going to inside jokes. They're like, they're not funny. Hey, Hair. Again, if it looks like she walked near a candle, her hair would go up in flames.
This is the pod. This is the pod. Welcome to...
Oh my God. Some days, I just like, what am I doing here?
Should we say it at the same time?
Yep. No.
Ready? The Fairly Odd Sisters!
Edit properly! Compression! What are you doing? This isn't funny. You guys are wearing ugly shoes.
Guys, this is...
Why does she look like she's always been she just perpetually looks like she's been stung by a bunch of bees on her face. She always looks like she's allergic. Speaking of allergic, my wife put some of this drunk elephant stuff on that I bought her, and holy crap, look at her eyes. To this day, she's in so much pain. She had to go to the hospital for 5 hours. She's on a bunch of medications for this stuff. Like, has anybody ever had an issue with drunk elephant? Anyway, my wife's never using that again, and I'm taking it back, and they better give me a full refund. But that's what she looks like. Maybe she's using Drunk Elephant.
It's been a long time coming.
We are happy that you're here.
If you're listening, we love you. We...
So, dudes!
have been wanting to...
Look, if you're not funny or engaging or anything like that, can you do me a favor? Stop doing podcasts. You suck at this. You already... None of you are funny. No, you guys are not funny. I think that they think they're funny, though. They're not funny. How do these people get fans? Look at these jeans.
To do this for a really long time, so I thought we'd do like a little intro. Do you think we should introduce ourselves a little bit?
Definitely.
Okay, so... I'll go first. I'm Lo Beeston, and that's all you need to know.
Wow! Thanks for the introduction! Who is editing your audio? Put them in jail immediately. Immediately! Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
We want to know everything. We want to know your favorite color. We want to know
Everything.
what makes...
Okay, here's what I want to know. Why does the light look like it's coming right from the sun? Why does it look like you're on the surface of the sun?
You Lo Beeston.
Okay, I guess we can
Looks
just
like she looks at the surface of the sun all the time, though.
talk about like how we got into like the influence.
It's like
world.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
watching her. It's like, can you breathe? Are you okay?
Thing,
Yeah.
and why we're doing this pod. So we
Just call it a podcast. Don't be like, it's a pod. It's like that, the people try to act cool, try to say things, like parents try to be like no cap and lit and all that. It's just a podcast. Why are you doing this? Pod? Shut up.
started back in 2017. I was filming weddings full time, and I was also posting.
You film weddings full time, and this is what you got out of this? You film full time. And this is the light that you use for this video. You did this for money. You sure? Did everybody want their money back?
Like Instagram stuff, trying to make cute, like trying to just get more video clients, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that failed horribly, because look at this light.
And then things just spiraled, and I definitely
Spiraled in a bad way, because it looks like so.
was posting and stuff, but it was just weird how it kind of took off.
I don't know about
It did not take off. There's no way.
you, but I did not ever envision myself doing this or sitting here or having like the amount of people that like see our stuff
Oh my
every day.
gosh.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know either how it works, because you guys are straight hot trash. It's not good at all. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. And I cover a lot of people. Your stuff is the worst. These people have those filthy, disgusting homes, and like all they do is travel without their kids. They're just hot, straight the garbage juice that comes out of like in a hot summer day, the garbage juice that leaks out of like a dumpster. That's what they are.
this was never ever even on my radar. Like,
Right?
so it's just crazy that we're sitting here filming a podcast. Like
A pod.
It started with
It's
that.
a pod.
We're like, oh, we were just posting fun pictures, and then it kind of just blew up. Which
Well, your shoes should blow up. Those are ugly.
we can talk about that more later. But
Yeah. And I feel like even like when we would hit those milestones, like, oh my gosh, we hit 10,000 followers like on Instagram. I remember it blowing my mind. Like,
oh, stoked.
if I could fast forward and see where we're at today, I'd literally not. I'd be like, are you freaking kidding me?
That's stupid.
I wouldn't believe it. Honestly, I would laugh right in your face.
Like you're laughing now.
I'd be like, that is not real. I used to actually keep in my phone, I still have it in my notes. Every time I would gain like 1,000 followers, I would write it down on the date and put like little emojis next to it. Like I was so stoked with every 1,000 followers that I got.
And now you guys are the most unhappy hair douchebags ever.
Yeah.
That like this is kind of surreal to be sitting here like doing this.
It's so awesome. So we're so stoked. Sarah and I have been talking about doing this podcast for what, a year now?
At least.
And
And it was always just we brought it up and then like we both wanted to do it and then we both have 2 kids.
yeah.
So life just was crazy. We were always
You don't even take care of your own kids, so get wrecked. Speaking of get wrecked, this new merch, this Gus merch, it's coming soon. I'm excited about it.
just like we could never nail it down. And then one day we were just like,
We have to do it. And so we've been
Okay, this is so stupid. Just get on with the topic.
planning the Fairly Odd Sisters like for months and months. Like back when we both lived in Hawaii still, like we were like knowing that we were going to do this. So
Well, we're glad you did. We're not. It's terrible.
So stoked to be here.
Yeah.
That is...
Should we tell them, like, about the name?
You should tell
No, we get it. You're fairly odd and you're sister-in-laws. We got it. We're not stupid.
them about yourself a little bit.
Oh, well...
I don't know if I even told them about myself, to be honest.
No, and we don't care here.
I wish I had a cooler name, like, because Lo says Lo, and I'm like, that's
That's not her real name, then. There's no way.
cool. And I'm over here like, my name is Sarah.
Jokes! There's jokes everywhere!
Call me Sarah if you want.
My real name is Lauren, so
Okay, thank the Lord that we have their name now.
you can just, like...
I don't have, like, a cool other name, but
Yeah, it's Hey Hair.
I'm Sarah, and
And I don't brush my hair.
I guess my influencer background, I feel like ours was kind of very similar. Like, we were both living in Hawaii, and then, you know, I was doing wedding photography, Lauren was...
What? These people do professional photography and videography, and this is what they're coming out with? That's what makes me upset. Because they could actually spend some time and spend some money and do this properly, but they don't give a crap. They're just like, well, let's just put this lamp on and then film. Let's go. Turn up the ISO to 17,000.
Videography, and then, honestly, I feel like when when I decided I wanted to be an influencer, like, when I realized could really happen, it was back in 2020 when COVID hit. Because, like, we were on an island, it completely shut down, like, nobody was allowed on the island, the rules were very, very strict, and all my weddings got canceled for, like, a year plus, and I was very active on my Instagram, but I would post pictures
I don't care. And sour cream and bacon chips, holy smokes.
of my clients, and then, like, throw some pictures of me in between, but then, like, we didn't have a job, like, Derek and I could not afford living in Hawaii, and then
So why'd you move there?
guys,
You know that you can edit, right? You know that you can just cut out stupid parts, right? Okay, just checking.
bear with me here. Bear with me. I feel like I'm a newscaster.
You're not even close. You're nowhere near being able to communicate. You guys suck. I've not yet have I heard anything that could even be remotely funny that you guys are cackling about. There's nothing here that we don't get it. We don't even go here.
We were stressed about money, was basically kind of what it was, and we were just stuck in our little one-bedroom apartment, so Derek and I kind of just started posting TikToks, and then that kind of led from one thing to the next, and then I was like, okay, I can't do weddings, so I guess we'll post pictures of ourselves, and we got...
Exploit our children, don't forget that part.
Tiny little jobs here and there, but honestly, it was a grind, and then our TikToks just started doing well, and that's how I'm
What's
here.
crazy is that time was just like social media. There was
What's crazy is that you guys actually have a following.
like a
You're right.
huge shift.
Yeah.
And like everyone was on their phones all of a sudden. And it was so like it changed. It went from like the Instagram photo to like everyone wants to see your videos on TikTok now.
Yeah.
And like I remember Tanner convincing me to download TikTok. I'm like, that is for literal children. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, I'm serious. It's going to be the next thing. Like, he's telling me this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, sure.
I'm pretty sure it was her husband, the one too, that's been wrapped up in the old controversy.
I'll download it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then none of our friends had it. And we were...
No,
everyone
I
thought we were
actually
crazy.
was so annoyed
Yes.
at the beginning with Tanner and Lauren. I know Derek remembers this because we kind of thought the same thing when TikTok came out. We were like, oh, that app? What?
Yeah.
Like, that seems like it's, for kids, kind of.
Yeah.
And Tanner and Lauren would come over to our house at the very beginning, and they would be, like, totally on their phones, just scrolling on TikTok, and we were supposed to be hanging out, and they were just like, oh, look at this funny video.
I was like, you guys have to get this app. Like, it's actually so funny.
We, like, were not, like, sold on it because we were just like, this app is stealing our best friends. That's the bottom line. It's taking our friends away. So we really, like, were on that page of, like, I don't want to be on this app kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then it was really kind of the only thing to do at that point. Like,
Yeah.
No, stupid.
in Hawaii, at one point, we couldn't go to the beach. So we were like, oh, let's make fun videos.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, like, and I'm going to stand, like, I'm going to say this for that. Imagine, like, I remember where I lived, right? They had caution tape around playgrounds outside. Not allowed at the beach. Not allowed to go outside and get vitamin D, which is what you absolutely need. I cannot believe we lived through that. I cannot believe that our governments did what they did to us. And some people today are like, yeah, that makes sense. They should have done that. People still think that it was okay to do that.
House, like, what else are we gonna do?
Yeah, it's such a crazy time, and I think like that's also a reason for like a lot of growth that we both had.
Yeah,
like in our followings or whatever. It
in your hair is hay.
Definitely started. I remember like getting my first viral video on TikTok and like being like, what? All of a sudden I had the same amount of followers on TikTok than I did on Instagram that I'd been working at for the last
took like a few
6
months.
years. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and I was
and you're
like,
like,
yeah. Stop giving people microphones.
happening here?
Something's wrong. Like, it felt like a cheat.
Yeah.
Like, wait, how are all these people seeing my content when that's what I've been trying to do on Instagram for all this time?
It like gave, and it gave everyone just like this opportunity.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay, so that's how we got started.
Yeah, that's how we got started.
You'll
You'll learn how weird we are later.
No, we know already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does she watch the Kardashians? Yeah.
We kind of wanted to dive into this podcast, talking about being in-laws. We can talk about why we chose the name, the Fairly Odd Sisters. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's the word sisters in there.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Sarah and I are sister-in-laws. And we married Beeston brothers. And there's a lot of confusion
Douchebags.
about the twins, the Beeston brothers, or the same
We made
person.
one too many jokes about it.
We've joked about it a little too much, I think, and so now everyone's confused. But
Clear the air.
clear the air.
We should have told them the wrong thing.
Honestly, you don't know if we're going to tell you the truth right now, to be honest. Sarah, go for it. The Beeston brothers, what are they?
They're douchebags.
They're brothers.
Really? The Beeston brothers are brothers? What? 200,000 plus views on this video.
The older brother. Derek is the younger brother. Honestly, when we meet people in public, people still come up to us and they're like, you're married to the twins. And just like, I don't know whether to say yes or to not.
Yeah,
them,
it's like,
or like
there's so much alike in like hobbies and stuff like that. They're basically twins, but they are 2 years apart. 2 years apart, but they're twins.
Okay, so secret's out. We married brothers.
We married brothers. So we thought about like, how could we have this like sister podcast? We want it to be like, you're talking to your sister and kind of have that.
These people hate each other.
Vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're weird.
And we're super weird. And we know.
I feel like we're trying to hold it in right now.
I think they think they're weird, but they're just absolutely just ridiculous. And they wear the dumbest shoes ever. They're not weird. They're just ridiculous. That's it.
Yeah, like
we're acting a little too normal right now. To be honest, I'm feeling out of my comfort zone trying to act normal.
I know.
So it'll come out as we...
Wow. She looks like, again, like Alicia looks like the puppet from Mr. Rogers, that creepy, but she also looks like the creepy Mr. Rogers puppet. Like a lot more. It's the cheeks, man. Again, stop eating bees.
Yeah. But Sarah here likes green. Sorry, that's my train of thought.
Stop talking to my... Stop it!
You guys didn't know this. Derek's like actually in the room and he's laughing.
You can't do that crap to me. You did some hand motion.
Motion.
So Lauren is the one kind of transitioning this video, but she also has ADHD.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but...
So Derek just distracted her. Anyway, so yeah, honestly, the little
it's like Kira is on another podcast.
Theme of our podcast we have going on. If you followed us on the other platforms, you kind of know that we gravitate towards certain colors. Lauren is
brown and green.
A pink girl through and through. Since I met her, she's been bubblegums, fairy floss, cotton candy, like...
Isn't that what fairy floss is?
Everything is pink, even the bubblegum ice cream she eats.
Quirky!
For some reason, green, I don't know if it's growing up, but, like, in my family, green has always just been, like...
Yours looks like straight baby shit, so... It's not your color.
Color? And it's been my favorite.
You look like steamed broccoli that no one likes.
Color that
It has been
And then again, this light in this room is pissing me right off.
a color forever.
Sorry, that's stupid. We're gonna be roasting each other on this thing too. Like,
No, good roast. Green to color. Roasted, burn.
I just
In
know.
my family, green has been a color, so.
Well, that's funny. You roasted her. You really got her good.
I deserve that one. I deserve that.
What
Though.
the heck is that? What do you mean deserved it? Like, what? It's not funny.
Stupid.
No,
And I know we're
think
not
you should
gonna
say
cut that. You're gonna be probably
your dad's favorite color is green.
My
That's what you should
dad's
say.
favorite color is
Everything
green.
is green.
Everything is green. His whole room is green. Okay, so it was ingrained in me since I was little. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't have a mind of my own. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh
My family
my
loves
god, I can't believe I have to endure this.
green. My older sister's favorite color was green. Like, I just gravitate towards green.
We got it. Greens and beiges. You should gravitate toward. Maybe you should gravitate towards cleaning your house.
So, people started noticing that, like, in our content that we were posting on Instagram. I have a green anklet on. She has a pink one. We've had them on for years.
Pink. She says pink like it's PEENK. 3 E's. Pink.
And they're like, oh, you guys are so green and pink. So, that's
Wow, thanks for this amazing story.
kind of where the idea sparked is we're sisters, we're weird, we love pink and green.
That's wow. So we started a podcast. Just, because we like pink and green, so we started a podcast. Right? Like, you get it, right? Like, totally makes sense now, right? That we told it to you that way. Like, now it makes sense to everybody.
It was kind of just our themes, and it has been that way since we met.
Yeah.
So,
We show up to places in the same thing, but just in like pink and green versions, and so it just felt right. Okay, let's dive in. This podcast is gonna be about in-laws because of we're in-laws,
yeah.
and I think like typically people talk about in-laws with a negative notion. I think like a lot of people don't have great relationships with
Your
their
shoes look literally like you have size 40 feet. Like you look like you're wearing Shaq's shoes. How big are your feet? Tara Henderson, how big are those things?
in-laws. I think there are a lot of great ones, but I think we hear more about the negative stuff. So like us being friends,
People
like,
are
Bigfoot hay hair over here.
shocked by that.
are shocked by that.
Like, when we post together, and they're like, they think that we're sisters because they don't, like, actual sisters, like blood sisters, because they're always so surprised that we have such a good relationship.
Do you think your sisters gives you a good relationship?
Being in-laws. Like,
Yeah.
that we only met, like, a
Yeah,
few years ago.
yeah, like, yeah,
And
yeah.
so it's kind of crazy
yeah.
because we've become
Yeah.
such good friends. I'd call you my best friend. I'd call you my best friend. Sorry to everyone else. Sorry to everyone else. I love you so much.
Oh my gosh, please stop it. For the love of everything that, like, all of our sanities. Just effing stop. Just stop it.
But I would consider my best friend.
So what are you going to do when he actually comes out that he's been, like, cheating on her, like, emotionally and all this with these text messages asking girls for news and stuff? Like, you just going to stand by and let it be okay with that? That's cool.
No, but really, I consider Lauren a sister now. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Lauren's got that, like, that Elvis laugh. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know the difference between blood and in-law. Like, I feel like we're
You
not
don't know the
close,
difference?
so-
You don't know the difference?
Go on Survivor, blood versus water. We're winning.
No, you're not winning. No, everybody will hate you the first day and you'll vote it off the first day. Just on the basis that they hate you because you think you're funny. And you're like, right, yeah. And they'll kick you off just for saying yeah too much. You'll be gone. Like, we didn't like her. They like the exit interview and they talking to everybody. Like, we just didn't like them. We didn't like them at all. That's why we couldn't handle it. They were really bad.
I don't know what that
Winning in
means.
blood.
I don't know. We're winning in blood.
Moving on.
Oh my gosh! It's not funny!
What does that mean?
Blood versus water was.
What is the water?
It was.
Are we
not-
water?
You are water, but you need more of it because you're hay hair.
We're
We're
water
water,
because we're
but
not
we
blood,
should
but
be
we
blood.
win.
Oh
Dude,
my
I
god.
can't sorry.
Why do people, like, I'll read the comments and
Okay.
like, it's so
So,
funny.
all we meant
No,
was
it's
kind
not.
of- we didn't start off as best friends.
No, and honestly, I didn't think we were ever going to be best friends.
There was a
You're an idiot.
time,
Beginning.
yeah, there was a time when I was like, you know what, like, we're not gonna see them. Like,
Whoa, there's a comment here that says, I know pedos watch my children, but praying 2024 puts an end to parents exploiting their children. Also, people who are boring should not be doing podcasts. That's a good. They left that comment up. It's 4 hours ago. It's probably don't know it's there. And apparently they say like too many times. Like, there's so many comments about them saying like. This must be Lowe's house because Sarah's house is way too dirty and not organized enough for a space like podcasting. No shade, just saying. That's shade. But no Lowe's bedroom in her last video. Hell no, I couldn't live like that. No excuses. Do laundry. Hang it right away. Oh my gosh, somebody is upset. And they should be. So we're 13 minutes of this thing, and so far it's so bad. And I think they know it.
We'll become best friends, but we'll see each other
nice.
at our
I was like,
events.
oh, Lauren's nice, and it's kind of just like the extent. I was like, oh yeah, we'll see each other at family stuff, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about first impressions. First impressions. I don't even remember.
Her hair was really dry.
Meeting you when you had your first impression of me.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell this?
You can tell them.
Do you want me to tell this? Okay. This was a long time ago, and, the engagement of Tanner and Lauren was probably the most stressful time for you guys. At least from what you tell me.
Oh, yeah. Like, we never fought as much as we did than when we were engaged.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds healthy.
It was such a weird time.
Yeah, so this is back in 2015. Tanner and Lauren are about a few weeks away from your wedding, right?
I actually am not sure.
It was like a month.
Who cares?
Before the wedding, at least. Because we met in August and you got married in September, right?
So we're getting close.
Yeah, so their wedding is upon them. And
jokes!
The stress is high.
Joke alert!
So I am at a friend's house with Derek and a few of our other friends, and Derek had Tanner's car. He said, hey man, I need to come pick it up. Lauren and I are going to the gym. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know the extent. So Tanner and Lauren are driving in a car together. They pull up in front of the house. I'm like, oh my gosh, kind of nervous. Like, I get to meet the older brother and the sister, soon-to-be sister. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess not my sister-in-law. Soon-to-be.
Oh my gosh. Stab me in the eye. It's anything that you just find. Please. Put me out of my misery for the love. Oh my gosh.
Lot of the family. So it was a big deal. And I hadn't met Derek's parents at this point yet either. So I was like, a little scared. These are the first people in the family that I'm meeting. Mm-hmm. And so I go outside to meet them, and Lauren peels out in the car, speeds away. Tanner throws a shoe.
This is so funny. This is them. And they think this is going to last.
At the car as she's driving away. It obviously doesn't even get anywhere close to the car. And then Tanner is just so mad. Like, just wrecked. And Lauren, I didn't ever even meet you. Like, I just knew you were in the car. Uh-huh. Drove away. And
well, we're going to be friends for sure!
Tanner turns around and goes, can I have my keys? And I'm standing there, like, with a smile. Like, the stupidest smile on my face. Like, knowing full well, like, I shouldn't be seeing this moment right now. Like,
what am I here for?
And then
these people have a dysfunctional relationship. Ha ha! And then now they're going to exploit children in that dysfunctional relationship. Yeah! And he's like apparently talking to other girls. So all great news for these people.
Go, hi, I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you. And Tanny goes, can I have my keys? And I was like,
he didn't even say hi to you.
He just said hi. Like, hi, can I have my keys? And then Derek passed over the keys. Tanner got in the car, drove away, and I was like, oh, okay, so that went well. I think I shouldn't have been there. Like, that's all I remember thinking is like, oh, well,
yeah,
maybe we don't want to get married, Derek. This is scary.
Yeah. You hadn't even had your first date yet with Derek.
No, I hadn't had a first date, like, actual, real date.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
The fight was over shoes.
Oh, my gosh.
Forgotten shoes for the gym, just so you know.
That sounds healthy.
Yeah, so really, really dumb. And then
so I didn't meet you. I didn't actually meet you.
Yeah, that was your first impression of Tanner.
That was my first impression of Tanner, and honestly, I was scared out of my booty cheeks.
Yeah.
I was
You're scared out of your booty cheeks.
so scared. I was like,
cool.
Oh, this guy is tough as nails. I don't know. And then I was just like, oh, it's just a bad day, I don't know. I've never met her. Yeah. I don't actually remember, like, meeting you for the first time.
I don't think
okay, sucks!
That's kind of the only interaction I remember.
Yeah. I don't remember meeting you for the first time either. Like the very first.
Where
but like,
were we?
think of like first impression vibes. Like what was?
Foot shaking is annoying. Laughing when nothing is funny, also annoying. I was just about to comment on foot shaking, but I'm like, I realize I have ADHD, and that's what I do.
Question vibes.
Like,
I
I
thought
do
you
that.
were too cool for me. Because,
Oh.
you know, but not that
Okay,
you
now I can't stop watching the foot shake.
feel that way.
Uh-huh.
I feel like naturally Lauren was just like a really cool girl. Like she had good style. Like
that's
she was
nice.
she was confident. Like, you guys all know these things, so I don't know why I'm repeating it. But that's kind of what I felt. I was like, oh man, I feel like kind of nerdy in a way because I didn't actually know how weird Lauren was at the time. So
Yeah.
because we were always at family things, and I feel like your weird side didn't really come out.
Yeah.
And none of our
Definitely.
weird sides really came out, so it was all just kind of like
It was like too much.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, okay, yeah. This is their podcast in a nutshell. Ready?
Yeah. I was like, You're an asshole in that. You're such a dick when we totally met. You guys are in like dysfunctional relationship. Such a dick.
Can't make it up.
relation, and then I honestly like after the first few times of us like being at family things, like I kind of thought Lauren didn't like me, if I'm being honest. Like
Well, look at her face.
I would
It's not resting bitch face, but it's like resting I hate everybody face.
maybe I was trying too hard. I don't really know, or I just wanted her to like me, but I don't know. I got the vibe
Why? Look at her shoe taste.
that you
Look at your shoe taste.
like didn't
This one doesn't even, the one in the green doesn't even wear ugly shoes like that. She wears them because this one does.
like me at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I would tell Derek, I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
if she liked me, does she not? I think I just was second guessing if
Yeah.
he liked me.
Yeah,
And you can tell your
like-
view. of-
Like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Thinking back to that,
Yeah.
I like was so Tanner's the oldest, and I was the first lady married in
That's a tough spot
to
to
the
be in.
family, and it is a little tough. And it's you know what, it's tough
You're
for
too shiny. Stop being so shiny.
everyone. It's a little bit hard to let go of your first child getting married, and it's hard to navigate. You know how to. We love
How to what?
Our in-laws.
Yeah, I love my
That's all
in-laws
we're
so
talking
much.
about.
We love our in-laws. We have such great in-laws, and I think it was just like figuring out how to like get a new person into your family. Like that's a big change. And
You guys are so bad at this, and I don't ever podcast ever again. Okay, you are banned from podcasting from this point forward.
so
And it's their oldest. Like, I'm very protective of Jack. Like, I'm sure you're very protective of Ozzy. Like, it's just new
it's
territory.
just hard. And so
Is your kid's name Ozzy for real though?
Tanner and I met in high school.
Which is also put you
Yeah.
Put you behind.
So then like while we were dating in high school, it was just a little bit different. Like it was a different dating scene for us versus when Derek and Sarah met because Derek was at the age to kind of like, okay, I can date and you know.
Like, his
start taking
parents
it seriously.
kind of.
What did she just say? What did you just rewind what she just said?
It was just a little bit different. Like it was a different dating scene for us versus when Derek and Sarah met because Derek was at the age to kind of like, okay, I can date and you know.
You know, and it was different from us. We had met in high school, and then Derek met you. You guys were at a thing, right? Yeah. You didn't say anything.
Have wanted him to have a serious girlfriend versus like
Don't want.
Like-
Lauren in high school
Yeah.
being with Tanner. Like, all parents are kind of like.
Like.
nervous about that.
Oh, I think she might say like more than just fam now.
Yeah, because we're so
Yeah.
young, and then they wanted him to serve an LDS mission, and there's things that go into
Oh, they are Mormon. Oh, I didn't. Oh.
that, like, you know. And so I
That's
think they were
like
just
just 10
really-
other videos we can make.
we can
about
make
it.
videos about that later. But anyway,
I'm sure we will definitely not watch those.
okay, so there's a little bit of background on like what I'm kind of like coming into. So I'm a little nervous, even though I've known Tanner's family for so long. I think I was still just kind of like trying to figure out how to like gain their trust and their
Oh
love
my gosh. Now that you can hear the likes and the yas, that's all I can hear now.
of like I knew they loved me, but it was just like an interesting like situation, you know, coming into a family.
Yeah.
And then
The reason why they're doing that is because they don't know what they're talking about. They think that they're conversationalists. They think this is interesting. And they don't go into it prepared at all with a script, nothing, no questions. Like when I do my audio podcast, which I'm bringing back, by the way, with the boys, it's great. We have a very structured, segments and everything else. And it's just, we shoot the breeze, but we have segments. People bring certain things, makes it interesting. You move on to the next topic when the joke is dead. These people have not told one joke that's funny. They don't know what they're saying. They're actually just spouting nonsense, and they're saying like and yeah every 2 seconds. They have why did you start a podcast?
I think like when Sarah was over, she's so good at like being like she's a very bubbly person, and I'm not as much of a bubbly person, I would say.
You think? You look like bubbles though. Like just a bunch of bubbles all over the place.
Like you come in and you're just like a bubbly, like very, very angelic, like sweet girl.
No, she's not. She's a douche.
Sweet Sarah.
Well,
Sweet hey hair.
I do feel like Lauren is like that when she knows you better, or she feels comfortable with you.
Yeah.
But you're very much a mirror of what you're getting.
Yes.
So
yeah. And so I think like seeing Sarah be so good with Tanner's family, like initially was like hard because I was like, oh my gosh, they totally love her more than me.
They do. They probably do anyway. They do, because no one likes you. You've been with your boyfriend since high school. They've known you for probably way longer. You guys probably get in so many dang fights, and you probably fight in front of them. They don't like you at all. Nobody likes you, hey hair. No one likes Sarah either.
Like she's already like, look at how many, like their relationship is so good, and they've known each other for like a couple weeks, and I've known them for years and years, and like I feel like she's even closer to their family than I am. Probably
that's because they like her more than you.
Probably like, I don't even know what the word would be, but just like anxious about it. Like, oh my gosh, shoot, like.
Now that you've seen the likes, you can't hear anything else. It's embedded into your brain. You can't hear anything else.
I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
Or like you just probably felt like
can't even finish your sentence. That's how good this podcast is.
Insecure about the relationship that you had with them, because I was making it look like it was so easy.
Yeah, like you and it seemed like seamless. Yeah. Like you coming in the family seemed seamless, and so.
But bottom line, I really do feel like it's the timeline and the like. They wanted Derek to date versus like I feel like if roles were reversed and it was switched, like I feel like we'd be in the same position.
Yeah,
it's just they wouldn't have wanted me to date Derek.
No, they wouldn't be in the same position because she's hey hair over there is a gross idiot moron face that no one likes.
School either like you get that close to him.
It was just like a harder transition, I think, and so
you can tell that she's just bitchy too. Of the two girls, they're both bitchy, but she's double bitchy. You know she's double. She knows she complains a lot. She's triple bitchy.
Oh, anyway, so that was like me going into meeting Sarah. I was so stoked to meet her, and I knew she was like so nice. I think I was just like, she's probably catching vibes that I don't like her, but I'm probably sitting in the corner like so insecure, like, oh my gosh.
You're probably catching vibes in the corner. What?
Like everyone likes her.
They do. Because you are too shiny.
And doesn't like me. Like I thought it was like that.
It is. Still is though. They still don't like you.
Sorry, I know it's.
I don't know if you knew that. It's true.
Not. It was just like me being.
Nah, it was.
Glad once we got like close enough that we could like talk about this.
Yeah,
and then like just get it all out in the air.
Yeah.
Like they like you more than like me. Like right? Yeah. They do like me more than you. Yeah. Like.
Which is like something I like about us is like if we're off, like I feel like we could tell each other or like talk about stuff like in the past like this that. We could have like never talked.
Half of this video is the word like.
Talked about this, and then it would just have been a thing that would have been like not a division or just like
just something that's there.
Something that's like still there. But now I feel like we're totally like, oh, I understand where Lauren was coming from. She understands like where I was coming from.
Like.
I honestly just feel like it boils down to timing.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think at this time, like. I first met her, like, it was kind of like Tanner and I got married. Derek and Sarah had their very first date at our wedding.
Someone literally said, best podcast I've seen in a while. That's what they said about this. Are your ears broken? Are you a psychopath?
And then Tanner and I were married, and then Derek and Sarah were in that, like, dating stage, and we were kind of off doing our own thing. So it was hard to kind of, like, get together. Like you were in your like own world at that time and we were just like newlyweds. You know? And so it was a tricky time.
Yeah.
And
I'm over it already. This is so bad.
then I feel like from there we were just like friendly at like family functions, but we never hung out.
No.
It's cool because like I remember Tanner telling me
Like,
I wish that I
like,
had the relationship like with my brother like you had with yours. Like he would break down to me sometimes and be like, I wish that we hung out like you guys do.
Yeah.
And because there was a time like where Derek and Tanner were like in different stages of life and they just hadn't ever really been friends because they were so close in age. But they were just off. They were just off.
Holy smokes.
And so me and my brother are far enough apart that we had been able to be close for a longer time because, you know.
Based on the relationship that Tanner and Derek have now, I would, like, the thought of them not being that close, like, just
It freaks me out.
8 years ago
I know.
was, like, mind-boggling to me.
Mhm.
Like, they are so close now. And it's really cool, too, because I feel like I am just as close with Tanner. And,
Yeah.
like, you're just as close with Derek. Like,
Yeah, we know. We saw you looking at him. Remember on the Reddit thread? The picture of her looking at him like,
the four of us just get along really well, which is so rare.
It's
like,
so
if
rare.
I talk to other
no. Y'all don't like him. I think all three of them just hate hair.
people,
grateful.
like, I just know that it's a very special thing, and I'm grateful for it. But
Yeah. So that's a cool like idea. Like that's kind of where we like took away the pressure and then we were like, "Oh my gosh. We can
I like you.
I like you."
I like you. You're kind of
And then they moved to Hawaii. And it was like nothing. I feel like there was never a moment of like I feel like it was just okay, that's it.
Wow, thanks for all the descriptors. Then we went to Hawaii and it was like, it was like totally like, and then we were all like, like, right? Yeah, like, what?
To Hawaii and we were just like together all the time.
We had kids. We went through crazy moments, like life-changing
Pregnancies,
moments. I mean,
like
when
oh
you're
my
in
gosh.
Hawaii, you're 3,000 miles away from your family. Like you rely on the people that you're with out there, and like Tanner and Lauren were our family, like instantly, and that's just like, I mean, they were
Oh my gosh. The audacity of these people to have a podcast.
our family, so that was.
We were
Don't roast
family.
me for this, please.
We were family and then we were family. You know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah.
Family.
Family, like
You get it.
Fast
You
and
get it.
Furious family.
Yeah.
Like that kind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now we're here.
Now we're here.
And so that's how the in-laws became in-laws and family became family. And
Yeah.
now we're
That's how we got here.
You know?
And it's so wild. So
Wow, what a story that you just took us through. Incredible. Let me sum it up for you. Because even my ADHD brain's like, flying around airplanes. This is how they met. They're dating the same dude, basically. The brothers. And then they thought they were going to hate each other. Then they didn't hate each other. The end!
anyway.
It's even more wild to me when I'm reading your guys'
Oh, here we go.
stories about your in-laws. My jaw was on the floor half the time reading because you guys got some crazy.
This is gonna be
crazy
like
in-laws.
you're gonna make you grateful for your in-laws. I think.
Yeah,
like,
this is a
hearing
good
these.
thing. This is a positive space
this
and
is so
also a
positive.
negative space.
We're gonna talk about it.
We can wreck some in-laws, but also make you feel grateful for your good ones.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. We both, for those that don't know, we both posted on our Instagram and we asked for horror stories of like in-laws, and we got some pretty good feedback here.
Nothing positive here, only horror stories.
Only
So
horror stories. So
you don't want to hear them, you might as well
strap
tap out now. And we're gonna react to these. So
I
Lauren
can't wait!
you and I mean I have there were so many that I didn't even get to.
so many.
But we're gonna react to these like live. Like we're just gonna read the ones that we picked.
Yeah,
and
Sarah doesn't know the ones that I've picked, so we're just gonna
we could have some of the same ones. Who knows?
Who knows? Can't
we'll get
wait
through this
though.
together. Let's dive in. What do you say, Sarah? Do you want to go first?
Oh man. Also, please do not knock me because some of the grammar.
Oh, we're knocking you.
I'm not trying to throw y'all under the bus, but I'm just saying
We're reading these straight from your mouth.
some of the grammar might not make sense. I might have to reread it. I might have to correct. So just bear with me. Okay. Here's the first one. Are you ready?
I'm scared.
It says, my mother-in-law accused me of hacking her computer and tapping her home phone line. Oh, and I also apparently stole her car and put 3,000 miles on it in one weekend. What else? I could go on and on. She's insane. Oh, the best one yet is she canceled our hotel room on our honeymoon night because she wanted the attention.
You can't even read!
She canceled the hotel room on the wedding
On
night.
their honeymoon night.
What?
What?
Our
That's
mother-in-law
weird.
is
No, literally, sent from heaven.
No, literally.
Okay, that's wackadoo.
You said wackadoo. Yeah.
First of all, how can she accuse you of putting 3,000 miles?
You stole my
Did you
car.
drive to Hawaii? Excuse me?
Shut up. You guys are terrible at this.
So far.
Where did you go?
Right? Where'd you go? Right? Funny jokes, right?
And then she thought that she was recording her. She thought she was, like, tapping into, like, putting a camera on her.
Girl, if you were doing all those things, you are like the Italian job. I'm sorry, that is unbelievable.
Okay, well, let me find one that is good.
Why am I scared? I'm scared for what you're to say.
Ricola!
This is so bad.
So it makes
This
my-
podcast sucks
This
ass!
might be worse. I think this might be
You guys
worse.
are so bad at
My
this.
mother-in-law
Oh my gosh! Shut
I
up!
really can't even get the words out.
announced our first pregnancy
There's
on
hair
social
in this
media
too.
before we did. When we called her out, she completely denied it and started crying, saying something about how we never liked her. Then, she announced his name and birth on social media before we did.
Oh no!
She was visiting at the hospital, and my husband told her very clearly not to post anything because we wanted to be the
That definitely
first
had
one
bugs in it.
to announce all the details. Not 5 minutes after she left, she posted.
5
My
minutes.
husband called her immediately, and she said she didn't know how to delete things from social media.
She has 6 followers. Who cares? It's Facebook.
Okay, so I'm like
Why is it? Right? Yeah.
speechless over here because 5 minutes. Your brain forgot in 5 minutes. No, she didn't. That was
I
intentional.
can't do it,
Why do I
guys.
feel like honestly?
Okay, let's go, man.
My mother-in-law had friends texting her to see if she was okay while she was out celebrating our new engagement. So she found out that the mom,
Her friends were checking up to make
her
sure
friends were
she's
checking
okay.
in. Are you
Because
okay?
her son got engaged.
Exactly.
Why
So
is
just
this
like a
the
scene
sons?
like
this
this.
is really freaking me out, man.
This is so bad. I can't even believe that these people thought that they could do this. Look at her face. What are you doing? Just stop.
At my bachelorette weekend, my now sister-in-law told me their mother, my now mother-in-law, was grieving mine and my husband's marriage.
I'm sorry, grieving. That
Grieving.
word? Grieving. That should be used when a pet dies, when a person dies.
I'm grieving the loss of my time here. You guys completely wasted everybody. This is the worst podcast. And I've listened to Matt and Abby's podcast. This is the worst thing I have ever heard in my entire life. How dare you?
You should be
When-
celebrating.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
Grieving.
Wow, your takes are so funny.
I'm so sorry for your loss. What? No.
Oh my gosh.
It's too much.
Excuse you, that's jail time.
It's jail.
Jail time.
Straight to jail.
Okay.
Done.
Think to jail, Elvis. Straight to jail. Oh.
Wow. Okay, this is a nice, short and sweet. I'll read you 2, and then we can, like, talk about both
Yeah,
of them. Okay,
let's-
so this
thanks.
one first says, sister-in-law announced that she was pregnant at my wedding in front of everybody.
Oh my gosh, the light!
I'm so against that.
You look like a put-out cigarette.
Yes.
I'm so against that.
I'm sorry, whose day is it? It's the bride and the groom's. So you take your little, just for one day. Just,
You can wait.
I'm sorry, I know you probably think the whole family's together and this is the time, but it's not the time. It's never the time.
It's not
ever.
the time.
The time is too when you can like explain it on the. I don't know.
It's not the time.
What is going on with the light?
Let them have their day that they've been planning. and planning.
This is light. What are you doing? You look like Rachel Dolezal.
That's
And you-
look
and
at me.
You're gonna be pregnant for 9 months, so you have time. You have time to tell them.
What if she was
Oh,
9 months
Kissy,
pregnant
you're gonna
at the
realize
wedding?
how long that 9 months really is, and you'll find a time.
It's not right to do that. Okay.
Okay, the next one.
Yeah.
Big no.
This one says these are both sister-in-law, which is
Notice they have on the back of their phones they have suction cup things. That's so they can put their dang phone on a mirror. I'm not kidding. That's all that's for.
kind of funny. My sister-in-law put nails under our tires so that when we drove away, all 4 tires got nails in them, just because her brother and I wouldn't take her with us to her friend's house.
No.
Deserved it.
Like an evil little sister prank?
I'm sorry, this sounds like that has to be like that's kind.
Okay, what's happened to the light? What is going on?
Alright, I'm gonna
What happened to the light now?
dive straight to a juicy one.
Did he okay, the lights went off for a bit, now they're back on?
Here. Alright, this is actually crazy. Like, actually crazy.
I don't know.
Why do you sound like Kardashian? I mean, yeah.
I don't know if I'm prepared for this, but
I don't know
Go
about
ahead.
this. My monster-in-law tried to poison me with a glass of bleach to force a miscarriage. It didn't work, thankfully. I was
That's some pretty crazy allegations. You probably shouldn't be spreading with these idiots.
having a coughing fit and needed some water. She gave me a glass of clear liquid, and I just chugged it. I ended up vomiting it up. Just burned my throat. Luckily, I didn't swallow too much of it. She said she must have poured it by accident instead of getting water from the tap. That's murder.
I think you
Is it murder? Did she die? It's not murder.
should probably end on that one. I don't think,
I agree, but there's still 20 minutes left.
that
I don't think it gets more. I was kind of like,
She's-
oh,
that's
dang.
actual jump.
You know what? Your shoes. That's what. That's where this all started. The shoes, and then it just got worse from there. It was this pause screen.
all time.
You know, I was a little bit like, why'd she call her monster-in-law? Like, that's kind of rude right off the bat. No, monster lady! Like,
You know, the husband was sitting back and behind the cameras, like looking at each other, like, "This is bad, dude. This is bad." Well, how did they convince us to literally sit here and like, "This is bad"? Did you get the lights off? What kind of lights did you have on? You had brown lights on. Okay, good. Like, this is so bad, dude. It's your wife too. They're both bad. Like, right? Yeah.
that's a kind way to put that.
She
Yeah, she should be
actually
in
lock her
jail.
up. Actually lock her up.
This whole time we're like, jail time. No, jail time. The baby.
People are honestly in the comments like, "This is so good. Like, entertainment a million."
Okay, I'm sorry. If they even, like, still see them, take your kid far away.
Yeah,
like,
that's
take
scary.
that bleach. I accidentally poured it. I can't with that.
Oh my
Crazy.
gosh.
I really hope that that's not a real story, honestly. But
Hope that's made up.
I don't even.
But for
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, our friends are married and they have the same birthday.
Yeah, same day.
Are you gonna be okay?
And so it's like you can't really like
Celebrate the other person because you're just like,
Because
happy
you
birthday
also
to
want-
us.
yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Celebrate the girl's birthday. Guys don't care.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's worse with the spouse. Me and my brother, it's like, eh.
My
We're
brother and I.
growing up, we always shared a birthday.
Yeah, but that's
Is that true? Growing up, we all like, is it because you're born on the same day? Maybe that's why you always shared a birthday. Get wrecked! They hate these people!
Wedding.
a wedding?
That's next level.
Gosh. It's one day. Come on.
Come on now.
Okay. Well, should we do one more? What do you say?
No!
Yeah.
Stop it!
I'm sorry if you hear my toddler in the background.
No,
I was
that
watching your kids.
Didn't invite her. Invited the ex.
invited the ex person who's not just an ex
Well, maybe she doesn't like you. Doesn't have to like you.
girlfriend, ex engagement.
So they probably were close.
Previously engaged too. Invited her.
Well, I
and
think
not.
we know who the
It's like Preston's ex, Hannah. The parents like her, they hate Kira.
mother's fake
Oh, there's a Kira video coming with the wedding. Yes, I've heard. I've seen. I just can't wait for her to post it.
favorite is.
That is so haunting.
That's scarring.
Okay.
Dr. Phil can help you.
That's not normal.
The light has
That was-
changed 17 times in this
It's
video.
a trip.
To wherever we're at. Excuse me. Her real name's Lauren.
Call me that.
Lauren. We had
Call
a
me
really,
Lauren.
really fun time. We're so glad. We're stoked that we
So stoked about it.
finally got to do this.
So happy.
Honestly, I feel like this is maybe going to be my favorite form of social media from going on out.
This is exciting. This
Like,
is a new chapter for
The
us.
fact that
Thank God it's a new chapter. We're so excited about this chapter.
we just get to
This is the shittiest chapter I've ever seen.
like girl chat up here. This is perfect.
No, it's not. This is the worst podcast I have ever heard in my life.
I love it.
We're going to have some awesome episodes. Our hope is that we can get on here and do an episode every week.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be traveling around, but we're going to do our best to wherever
'Cause that's all you do.
we're at. Kind of
Always
just
be here.
Always be there for
Ugh.
you.
There for me now.
Don't sing.
Oh.
Stop it.
Lauren, actually, I can't harmonize, and we've.
You
Lauren's
can.
a
No, you can't. Both of you can't sing.
great singer, and you know,
She can't sing.
I've realized that every time I harmonize, I just try and go to the same note as her, and it just never,
Okay.
it's never a thing. Anyway, back on track.
The heck?
We are just hoping to get one out every week if we can.
You're not going to, because you're going to notice that it sucks really badly, and everybody, like, they're going to get the 200 some thousand views on this one, and then the next one's going to get less than half that, and then the one after that's going to get nothing, because people are like, I can't. No, they're not going to be able to listen to this. This is absolute trash. It is just hot garbage, hot steaming pile of poopy Pampers.
Hopefully, you guys will be here with us, and
Then we're not gonna be here.
Fun things to talk about because
I thought this was going to be fun to snark on. It is. It's so bad you can't even snark on it.
Married to Brothers, and so you guys are gonna have to stay tuned for some of those episodes. We might even have them on the pod.
What?
Oh, on the pod? They're going to put them on the pod? Are you?
Right? The Brothers takeover.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, Elvis Lips. Stop it. Stop it.
But honestly, this has been so fun. Glad we could be doing this.
So
And
stoked.
If you're listening, thanks for listening to our first
Ever
ever.
Podcast.
I knew she was gonna start singing again. The Fairly Odd Sisters. And honestly, you guys, just consider us your big sisters.
F off. No, you can just get wrecked. I hate you. That was the worst thing I have ever encountered in my entire life. Yeah, and I've had kidney stones, right? And I live in a very northern climate with tons of snow. F that. You better stop. Stop giving people microphones, okay? When you're going to a store to buy the mic, what are these for? Oh, we're doing a podcast. What's it about? Well, you know, we're going to just say like a lot and like, yeah. And then we're going to say we don't know what we're talking about. Well, then you can't have these equipments. Okay? You're banned from equipments. Get out of here. I'll call the police. This is the worst piece of garbage. Like, people in this comment section are like, it's so good. You guys are the worst. Everybody take a deep, angry breath. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being amazing. Thanks for being incredible. You are valuable. Don't you forget it. You're some kind of something. And I will see you when I see you.